Is this the worst marriage advice ever? Have you ever heard this line, just make it work? It's tossed around like confetti at weddings. But what if it's actually the worst marriage advice ever given? Let me paint a picture. Jane and Mark, married for 6 years. From the outside, everything looked perfect. Cute couple, matching pajamas on Instagram, power couple comments under every anniversary post. But behind those photos, silence, distance, nights spent on opposite ends of the bed. She'd speak, he'd scroll, she'd cry, he'd yawn. When Jane finally confided in her friends, expecting honesty or support, she got cliches. Oh, Jane, no marriage is perfect. Just stay strong. You have to fight for your marriage. You just need to make it work. That last line? It hit like a command. Not advice, not empathy, just a demand to suffer silently. And so, she stayed. Another 2 years. But here's the twist no one talks about. Staying doesn't always mean you're strong. Sometimes it means you're scared. Scared of judgment, scared of being labeled a failure, scared of the unknown. Jane wasn't saving her marriage. She was sacrificing herself for appearances. And it cost her more than time. It cost her peace. It eroded her self-worth. Until one day she looked in the mirror and didn't recognize herself. Let's stop pretending this advice, just make it work, is noble, because in the wrong context, it's dangerous. Here's why. You're telling people to stay in marriages that might be emotionally abusive, to work it out when their partner refuses to communicate, grow, or even care. That's not encouragement, that's entrapment. So what's the truth? What advice should we be giving instead? Let's break it down with 5 mindset shifts that are saving real relationships or helping people let go with dignity. 1. Mutual effort is non-negotiable. Marriage is not 50-50. It's 100-100. If one person is putting in all the emotional labor, the relationship isn't balanced. It's draining. You can't pour love into a black hole and expect fulfillment. If you're constantly chasing affection, clarity, or attention, you're not in love. You're in survival mode. 2. Love without growth is just attachment. Some couples stay together for years, but never grow. They stop communicating. They stop evolving. They stay together out of routine, not connection. If you're not growing together, you're simply aging together. 3. Pain is not a normal part of love. Let's get this straight. Love does not hurt. Inconvenience? Yes. Sacrifice? Occasionally. But chronic pain? Gaslighting? Emotional starvation? That's not a marriage. That's a slow death sentence. 4. Staying for the kids can be more harmful than leaving. This one's tough, but hear me out. Children don't need a 2-parent household if it's filled with tension, silence, or disrespect. They need an environment where love is modeled, not mimicked. Staying together while being emotionally disconnected teaches kids that love equals suffering. Leaving with grace can teach them strength, boundaries, and self-worth. 5. Leaving doesn't mean you failed. It means you learned. The moment you realize you've outgrown the version of love that kept you small, that's when you start winning. Walking away from what's hurting you, even if it has history, memories, and marriage certificates, isn't weakness, it's wisdom. So let's go back to that question. Is just make it work the worst marriage advice ever? In some cases, maybe it saves a marriage, but in too many, it delays healing, it silences pain, it normalizes emotional neglect. And the saddest part? It's usually said by people who've ignored their own heartbreak for decades, who were told the same thing, and now they're passing down generational pain like family recipes. Is that really the legacy we want to leave behind? So, let's open this up to you, the people who actually live this, not just talk about it. What's the worst relationship advice you've ever been given? Put it in the comments. Someone else might need to hear it. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm that content like this matters. And don't keep this to yourself. Share it with a friend, a sibling, or someone silently suffering in a relationship that looks great on the outside, but feels empty on the inside. And if you want more raw, real, no-fluff relationship truths, subscribe. We're just getting started. Love is not meant to be endured. It's meant to be felt, deeply, freely, and without fear. Because making it work should never mean losing yourself.